nothing I can do to make it. But I will tell you this. Oh, Lord. Psalm 31, I'm going to let him say it. If you claim to be a saint, I'm asking all of you to say you're a saint. Do this with me today. And every day. Don't let them see you sweat. I don't care what kind of voices out there. They get around and they talk. I told you last week about green and all that. They don't own anything. They come up with crap about carbon footprint. And in the minute you believe that, then you become a carbon-based animal. Then you'll act just like a carbon-based animal. But when you study the word, like Psalm 139, say you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're the most unique individual on earth. You are set upon this earth according to his divine will. If you were not gifted of God, some of that stuff wouldn't come at you. Them other folks, they already done, they done made up their mind. Psalm 31:23. Oh, love the Lord, Yahweh, your daddy, all you saints. Why? For the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. We're proud of doing everything but the work of God. They're getting quiet on me, huh? You're proud if you can do the electric slide. You're proud if you can, certain things you strive to wear and go through anything to get in it. But are you proud to do the will of God? You forgot he made all that stuff. Now, wait a minute. I don't care what you're going through. What God say do? Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. In other words, that's where the battleground is. That's where the battleground is. I've had many doctors tell me, you know, that when I was ill, they put me on pretty hot stuff. They said, you can't walk away from that. I said, I didn't receive it when you gave it to me. I don't receive it now. But you mean you don't? No, I don't receive that. As long as my body have pain, okay, it can handle it because that's how God engineered it. But when I try to do it, they used to still make me angry. Do you do recreational drugs? I said, no. I don't get up, you know, there's gotten so much that the world will ask you, like you know, anything. Do you use recreational drugs? No. It's strange. That's a voice. The mere fact that they ask you about it, if you've ever had any problem with any substance, your mind will automatically revert back to that. But now, if you let God control your thought, don't mean a thing to it. Because he's in control. Because you what? You in love with him more than whatever the world can offer you. Now, don't y'all get quiet on me now. It has to be that way. Otherwise, you're no different than anyone else. You will succumb. But I go to church every soul. But did you submit and commit your life unto your Maker? Are you among them mockers out there? Love to mock God. Tell he ain't real. Do you hear his voice? Sometimes you hear a bird chirping out there. It's his voice. Man is without excuse. Look around you. You have to see God. You can see him in everything. And God says in Romans 1, man is without excuse. All he got to do is open his eyes. Look now, church. Look at all the beautiful leaves and how they're changing. No man can do that. I don't care how much horticultural experience you have. You can't do that. Come on. I'm sorry, you can't do it. And it is an absolute message to you if you'll listen. When you start letting those things of the world die, see, those things are dying out there, but they produce such beauty because what? It's under the control of God. That's no charge. It's under control of God. And yet, that same year, the next cycle, but the planet getting warm. No, enjoyed watching to see don't them trees turn green at the appropriate time.
Yes, Lord.
But we have too much CO2. I don't care. That's what the trees for. You better quit messing with them and let them do what they're supposed to do. They're put down there to convert it so you can have some good oxygen. When you understand what the simplicity of things is simply going on around you, you can't help but fall in love. Oh, yeah. Yes, sometimes you have to get out there and rake the leaves. That's good. That's good work for you. Help me, somebody. But keep in mind, when certain aspects of your life die, God can produce what? Beauty. Why? Because you can convey that to somebody without caring. You're setting that God will take what the enemy meant for evil and he'll turn it into good. And it doesn't matter. I think last time he said it. I did. He will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. How do I know that? I used to work at a certain place. Y'all know where I used to work. I ran into gangbangers, prostitutes, whatever you want to name. And some of them didn't realize they were called of God. I saw them same person. They looked like, you know how got that edge on them. Now they're in Chicago preaching. They sent me a picture. You don't even look like the same person. Ooh, y'all don't hear nobody. Let's go. John 10. I'm going to try to move because I know we got a long day, but I want y'all to hear this thing now. Listen. John 10, let's start at verse 14. And another one, everybody ought to know John 10 and 10 is the enemy comes but to kill, steal, and destroy now. But 10 and 14 is God says it. I don't. One of the great I am the good shepherd. That's why any pastor claims he's so good. Ain't but one good shepherd. And what else he said? And I know my sheep. And am what? Known of mine. Well, you know him because you're in love with him. Now listen. As the Father, Yahweh, knoweth me, even so know I the Father. So all them folks say Jesus only. If you know Jesus, you know the Father. If you know the Father, you know Jesus. And then wherever them two are is always the Holy Spirit. I don't have the Father. And wait a minute, didn't say no denomination, no man, woman, boy, girl. I lay down my life. Who did he lay it down for? For the sheep. I don't be no sheep. I've heard folks say that. I said, well, have a nice trip. Because you made a decision that you don't want to be a sheep. You think a sheep is weak. No, it's not. Because God's in control. He used it as a representation of his son. Get you a unspotted lamb. Y'all know about the Exodus? I ain't going to go there, but that's so beautiful. If you just read it. That Exodus is the same thing he wants to do for everyone. Remember we read that? He wants to take you out of Egypt by his hand. He takes you by the hand. Loves on you. He knows you don't. I don't want Lord to know. Hey, I'm sorry, baby. He know it already. You can't con him. You don't. There's nothing he doesn't know about all of us. And he still loves the Lord have mercy. And other sheep. Wait a minute. So you can't throw anybody away. And to all of you that might be living a lifestyle of perversion, be it homosexuality. God don't like homosexuality, but he loves you. I can't judge you and say you don't know God. Because God says here. Now this ain't a catch-all now. I want to make that plain. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. See, what they're talking about is his elect. Now up above he's talking about the hireling. The giant time shepherd that you can just pay him money and he'll tell you what you want to hear. That's not how God's people work. And he's talking, you have to read, that's why I want you to read it. Also, I must bring, and they what? Shall hear my voice. I mean, you are God's elect. You're going to hear his voice. How do I know? Because I tried not to. I ain't had no choice. There's a lot of things I wanted to do. But I just couldn't do it. Never understood why. And there shall be, what? One fold. Don't let nobody tell you we the only one got it. No, they don't. Because this right here said only going to be one fold, and what else going to be? And a conjunction, so you don't, and what? One shall